Zimmer here, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about the lifestyle here in Marbella and Costa del Sol, and also a little bit about the coast of life. If you're thinking to come and live here or maybe just enjoy a little vacation, it's important for you to know what you can do here, quality of life, and all the things you can enjoy at this paradise. Today I'm at the gym called the Real Padel Club. In my opinion, the best gym in Marbella and all Costa del Sol. I'm gonna talk to you about my experience living here, as I've been living here 4 years. I came from Brazil with my family, and I normally come every day to this gym because they have everything available here. We have classes for kids, gymnastic classes, box classes. Actually, the qualities that you find here at this club matches the qualities that you are looking for to live or to visit Marbella. For example, you have everything you need here for your wellness. You have saunas, dry sauna, wet sauna, you have ice bath. You can train outside, for example, using no t-shirt. This is something unique and different. It's difficult to find a gym that you have an outside area that you are allowed to train without using t-shirt. And we have a lot of influencers training here, very famous one, worldwide. I'm just gonna give you 3 examples. Mike Thurston is a big influencer in fitness, normally comes here to train. Dorian Yates, it's a 6-time Mr. Olympia champion, very famous guy, normally come here to train. And also Pedro is a big influencer, also here from Spain. I also follow him on social media. He brings a lot of content. We have around 3,000 plus people training here and more than 100 personal trainers. This is something very unique. This club has grown a lot, like triple the size of it the last 3 years. After the pandemic came, they started investing, getting better in all amenities. You have different things to do here, like have very nice restaurants. You have also boxing and a lot of different sports activities, even the ones that you cannot imagine. If you come to Marbella, you must see this. You must come here and visit this place. I normally come here every day, very early in the morning, to set up my mindset for the day, to have energy. This is very important about the lifestyle here in Marbella, and something I'm going to talk about. For me, it changed my life a lot when I decided to come from Brazil to live in Marbella, to live in Costa del Sol 4 years ago. I'm actually an entrepreneur here in Marbella. I have a real estate agency. We also do luxury villa tours and the other channel that is called Zimmer Estates Marbella. I'm gonna leave the link for you to check. If you like to watch videos from luxury villas, we shoot it every week. We have a team that is growing, and I've been 15 years working in real estate now, but before working in real estate, I worked for 15 years in fitness industry. I was a gym owner and also a personal trainer. So fitness and health is something I really like. I like to talk about it. I like to practice every day. I love to be at this environment here. I decided to connect to you guys to this channel to bring information about health and wellness. Very healthy at the moment because I have big problems with my sciatic, stomach acid reflux, especially depression for many years, taking medication. So I overcame everything. So now I'm very happy, living a good life here with my family. I just started the channel for inspiring you guys to connect and live a better life, live your dream life. Before anything else, leave your comment. Where are you from? From where are you watching this video? Leave your like. Also is important to inspire me to bring more about this quality content here. I'm gonna talk about the lifestyle and cost of life, because before I come here 4 years ago from Brazil, I left my family there, my parents, a lot of friends, and 2 years before I come, I started to learn about how to live in Marbella, how was the cost of life, because it's not easy to start here. Don't know many people. Why I came to Marbella, why I decided to come to Marbella. Before coming here, I talked to live in the United States also, but it was not easy for me, like a Brazilian. So I decided to come here. I just pointed out some things that I want to talk about. I'm gonna list the best things about living in Marbella. Number one, I think you know that, is the weather. The weather here is very special. More than 320 sunshine days per year. 80% of the days you have sun, so you can go out, you can go and do a lot of sports. That is other thing I'm going to talk about. But the second, by orders of importance, the second place, in my opinion, is the culture. I really appreciate when you can interact with people from all over the world. For example, this gym here, they have 3,000 clients normally coming, working out, doing all different amenities, sports. They have more than 100 personal trainers, and you have people from all over the world. A lot of Russians now, a lot of Ukrainians, Polish, including Americans. I have many friends from all over the world. So since I arrived here, I started connecting with these people, practicing different languages also. Of course, I speak Spanish because I live in Spain, but it's quite funny, but normally I speak more English than Spanish, especially for my work at Michelin-starred Marbella, the agency. We speak a lot in English. Many people come from outside to buy here, so the main language is Spanish. Actually, in the town hall of Marbella, there is more than 150 different nationalities registered, and the main language to communicate is English. So now, 224, we are living in a time that is quite uncertain, and many people from Poland, Lithuania, Ukraine, this kind of countries that are close to Russia, Lithuania, many people are coming here to live because they are afraid of this conflict that is happening there, increasing even more intercultural interchanging of culture that is happening here even more now. So for me, this is for sure, after the weather, this is the most important things, the cultural part. It's not just about the language, but you learn many things about the people, the other nations. In third place, I would put safetyness, especially because I'm coming from Brazil. So Brazil, not a so safe place as you can imagine, but Marbella is quite safe. You can hear maybe there is a lot of mafia here, Swedish mafia, Russian mafia, and that's true. In Puerto Banús, there's a very luxury place, the most famous tourist place here in Costa del Sol. Sometimes there are some shootings there, but I never seen it. It's not so frequent, but it happens, okay? The place here is not perfect. We have sometimes some problems, but it's very uncommon. Normally you feel very safe living here. Fourth place, I would put food. Food is very good here. We have a lot of restaurants. I think in all over the world, Spain is the country that have the major number of restaurants and bars. Why? Because we have many tourists, so the quality of the food is very good, and you have food from all over the world, Indian food, whatever, you name it. You have food from all over the world, and good food, and not so expensive also. So you have good food here to enjoy and have a very good quality of your health, for example. Fifth place, I would put beaches. You have very nice beaches in all Costa del Sol. Actually, when me and my family, we came here 4 years ago to live, we lived in Fuengirola for 1 year, and then we lived 2 years after that we lived in Mijas. In Mijas, Fuengirola, you have very beautiful beaches. And here in Marbella, we have also a very special and beautiful beach called Cabo Pino. So I suggest you to go and check that. I'm gonna leave a card for you to click and access this beautiful beach. Very wide sand, also different bars and restaurants in front of the beach. I live in Stepona, but Stepona is growing so much at the moment. So many beautiful beaches in Estepona, but here you are close to everything, If you want to go to Portugal, where we are, it's like 5 minutes, easy to go. We also have very nice beaches here in Marbella. You just have to select them, find the best one or maybe the closest one, but all the coast you find nice and beautiful beaches. Sixth place, I would put sports. Why? Because of the weather, of course. You have the chance of enjoying going to the beach, do a stand-up paddling, even surf in Tarifa, or even close here in Marbella. Sometimes you can surf, there is some waves. It's not the best place for surfers, but you have, especially here, the three most common sports are. First one is golf. I think golf, best one all over the world because of the weather again. You have more than 50 golf clubs around here in Costa del Sol, and they are very good qualities. And the second place, I would say, is Padel. As you saw here, we have 5 paddle courts, but there are a lot of different clubs around the coast. You can play paddle. This is a sport that is growing so fast now, paddle, because it's easy. It's very entertaining, so you can connect with people, but it's very good. And the third place is tennis, golf, paddle, and tennis. And after that, you have many other things, you know, you have options to mountain bike, you have beautiful mountains here, and that's why we have very beautiful views here in Costa del Sol. This is something, sometimes I talk to people that decide to come to Costa del Sol and not go to Valencia, for example, or Alicante, because we have mountains here, and from the mountains, we have very beautiful sea views. Comparing to Valencia and Alicante, for example, Marbella and Costa del Sol is much better because of the views you can enjoy. So you have bike, you have swimming, you have a lot of different activities outdoors you can enjoy here in Marbella. You can name it. Leave your comment. Tell me if you have come here to Marbella already or you would like to come. You can have a coffee with me. You can have a beer at the Chiringuito. In seventh place, nightlife. Nightlife here is very special, especially in Puerto Banús, a very famous area. I lived in Barcelona for 1 year in 2006. I was 25 at that time, so now I'm 43. It's a very difficult time. Now I have my family. I prefer nightlife in Barcelona for sure. It's much better, and also the transport in Barcelona is much easier. But here, normally, you need a car to move. Here in Marbella, it's not a good thing because the traffic is every week, every month is a little bit more complicated. But talking about nightlife, we have a very nice clubs, especially in Puerto Banús, but all Marbella especially. And this is something that also helped me to decide to live in Marbella, because I was actually seriously thinking to live in Valencia or Alicante because they have a better weather there, a little bit more warm weather in Alicante, and here in Marbella is a little bit colder. But I decided because the nightlife environment, you know, the energy you feel here with this vibrant nightclubs and beach clubs, it's a very good energy, very good sensation. This is something very important, especially if you are single. You come here, you're gonna have different parties, especially during the summer. Eighth place, I would say luxury stores and shopping. You have very luxury stores, especially in Puerto Banús, something that you normally don't see everywhere, you know. You go to Puerto Banús, you see very luxury cars, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, very common there, but you are not used to it. So when you come here, you are very excited about luxury yachts, luxury cars, luxury stores. If you want to do a shopping, for example, you have very good stores. You have El Corte Inglés, it's a very good place. We have quality of clothes, and also we have 2 shopping centers here in Costa del Sol. One shopping center is in Fuengirola and other one here in Marbella. I live in Estepona, but it's between Marbella and Estepona at the border, so it's easy for me to come here. I live 5 minutes from here, this place, this club. I'm living 10 minutes from Puerto Banús, so it's a very good place to live because it's not so busy. We have, let's say, 150,000 people living in Marbella, let's say 600,000 people living in all Malaga province. If you want to go to the airport, for example, from here it's about 1 hour by car, so it's easy access to the airport, and from the airport you also have connections to all Europe. And another thing very interesting to point out is that Marbella, we are 2 hours from skiing. If you want to ski, we have Sierra Nevada. We can enjoy also the beach, surfing, and in 2 hours you have the skiing, something very unique and different for you to enjoy. And also, as I commented before, 5 hours or 4 hours by car, you are in Portugal, you can enjoy the very beautiful beaches. So let me talk to you a little bit now about the cost of life, because if you are thinking to move to Marbella, probably you are searching about the cost of life here. It has increasing a lot last 3 or 4 years. If you cannot buy a property, for example, you have to rent a property. It's going to be quite difficult for you, especially if you have kids, if you have a dog, for example, and if you are from a country, let's say from South America, or the countries that are not considered the best ones, you know, let's say from Morocco, or you name it, you know, because there is a little bit of prejudice about that, you know. For example, if you come here with 2 kids, with your dog, I want to rent an apartment, you're gonna be at the end of the line, you know. You're gonna have to search more because not most of the owners, they don't like to rent it out their apartments for people who have kids, and it's understandable. I know I have kids, and for me it was very difficult at the beginning. I almost took 1 year to find an apartment for me to live. It was not easy. Almost came back to Brazil because when we arrived here 4 years ago, started the pandemic. 2 weeks after we arrived, the next year started the war in Ukraine. So it was very challenging for us, also because our baby, now with 3 years old, who was born in the middle of this, these things, the war, pandemic, it was very difficult. And I left my business in Brazil, so I had my business there for 13 years. My company, I started there as a real estate agent, then I started constructing houses and I did plot plans. I have around 20 properties there, but when I decided to come here, I had to start everything again. I even started as a personal trainer here at the beginning. I decided not to start in real estate because I knew that fitness area, I could connect easily with more people at the beginning, so it helped me a lot to create good relationships and do a networking that can help me to grow my company now. So now talking about the renting, this is the first thing you have to think about. If you want to rent an apartment now, the prices has gone up because there's no many options for new buildings. There is a lot of demand for buying properties. If you're thinking to rent an apartment just for yourself, for example, here in Marbella and Estepona, an apartment, one bed would cost something starting from 600, 800 euros. I think more for 800 euros minimum, one bedroom apartment. And you have to provide that you have income to pay everything. So it's not easy. If you don't have an income here in Spain, sometimes it's very challenging, very difficult for you to rent because the people prefer to rent for Spanish, someone who have income already here in Spain. So after the renting, you have the food. That is the main expense you're gonna have every month. I consider not expensive, but depend if you are with your family. For example, it's me and my wife. We have 2 little kids, 6 and 3 years old. We spend around 1,000 a month just with food. It's going to depend how we're gonna eat, but you have to think about it before you come here, So after the rent, the food is one of the most important expenses you're gonna have here. So, and after that, you have electricity, water, internet, and the other ones. That is normal, your phone, etc. So, and after that, the transport is very important also for you to calculate. If you're gonna buy a car, I suggest you, because here it's not like Barcelona, for example, you have a subway you can use to go everywhere. This is a downside of Marbella because they don't have a train, for example. You can come by train actually from Malaga to Fuengirola, but the train stops in Fuengirola, so it doesn't come until Marbella. You need to have a car if you want to move here, and you're going to spend around, let's say, 500 minimum per month with your gas. But if you want to come here and you are not working, you're going to look for work, so it's going to be another challenging thing. I'm working real estate industry now, and it's growing a lot. Many people decide to start working real estate here because real estate is not a formalized job here. So anyone can come here and start in real estate, so you can start being an agent very easy. And if you have connections, it's something that you can do and be successful. But real estate, it's not easy at the beginning. But if you are coming from a country like, let's say, Poland, Lithuania, or this kind of clients like Norway, Denmark, or Swedish, it's easy because these people are coming now, they have money, they are buying a lot. You can start in real estate, but there are some areas that are also increasing a lot, the demand. For example, photographer. There are a lot of photographers here making good money because there are good demand for this, especially from the real estate industry. Also the architecture, construction company, they need that. Photography and everything related to photography. And also digital marketing is an area, it's opening a lot of opportunities for someone who wants to get into this kind of business. The demand is also growing a lot, something you can consider. If you want to move here, you can also, for example, if you work in digital marketing, you can do it online, Detail about Spain, if you are thinking to move here. It's not a very good country to start your business. Hearing this from many people, friends of mine that have business here, the country don't have this mentality of investing on this kind of people, Let's say, I'm not diving into this subject now, but you have to be prepared to take some challenges if you want to start a business here, because the government here at the moment, they prefer to pay for the people to stay at home. And that's why I see myself, the situation is not the best for the economy in Spain. But I hope it gets better. What do you think about it? Where are you from? What's your name? Leave your comment here. I decided to create this channel to inspire you and help you to have a better life, to live your dreams, to be healthier, as I'm gonna talk about the ways you can increase your health, your energy, your self-esteem, as I did it myself. As I commented before, I cured myself from the sciatic nerve, from stomach acid reflux and a big depression for a long time, taking medicine. Now I'm 43 years old. I feel I'm the top of my life, you know, with my health, with a family, a very good relationship. Of course, the experience brings you that. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful for your support on my journey. If you come to Marbella, connect with me. We're gonna train together maybe here to enjoy these amazing amenities here. I think I'm gonna have a sauna now, but it was very nice to talk to you guys. See you at the next video.